If you're looking for big bass without spending big money on some subs, you're gonna wanna hang out with us for this video. Memphis Car Audio has just dropped a new series in their legendary Mojo line. But this time they don't come with that premium price tag. We're doing a full review and breaking out the sound pressure meter to see how loud these woofers can go. So stick around. Hey, what's going on? I'm Josh from Breakers Car Stereo, and the subs we'll be checking out today and testing are Memphis Car Audio's Mojo Pro woofers, available in 10s, 12s, and 15s. Now we're gonna do something we've never done before on this channel. We're going to be giving away a set of these woofers in your choice of size. So stay tuned for details on how to enter. Now this line is designed for high sound pressure levels, or SPL, but without the high price tag. And there are a lot of new brands out there in this category that have captured the public's attention. So there is a resurge in the market for big bass without the need to spend thousands of dollars to get it. With that in mind, Memphis took to the drawing board and this is what they came up with. The Mojo Pro line, which brings the basics back into play. A fat surround, long excursion, and a super sturdy paper cone. Again, these are designed for high SPL. And since that's the case, we'll be breaking out our TermLab Magnum SPL meter to get a measurement. This is the official meter for all DB drag racing and base race events. So we won't be using our $20 Amazon DB meter for this one. Now currently we do not have the 15s in stock, so we'll test only the 10s and the 12s. And if you so happen to win the set we're giving away, you're gonna have to wait a little bit to get the 15s. So before we meter these things up, we'll break down the specs, the features, and the construction of these woofers to see what makes them perform so well. All sizes from 10s to 15s are rated at 750 watts RMS and 1500 watts peak. And they come in either a dual 2 or a dual 4 ohm. The voice coil is 2.5 inches in diameter. Okay, time for a Breakers breakdown. Subject, voice coil. Now the voice coil of a speaker is made up of this copper wire that wraps around the former, which is a non-magnetic material, normally aluminum, fiberglass, or Kapton. This is the part of the speaker that accepts the electrical current from the amp through the speaker terminals. When receiving the electrical alternating current from the amp, it converts it into a linear motion, creating a magnetic field around the coil. That sits inside a permanent magnetic field, which is the magnet you see on the back of the speaker. When the polarities get switched repeatedly from the signal of the amplifier, the coil moves back and forth, thus moving the speaker cone, creating sound. So it's important for the coil to be large in order to accept lots of power. And if the voice coil is large, it will create a larger, more powerful magnetic field. Thus, the speaker will require a larger magnet. That's why you can normally tell if a woofer can handle lots of power at first glance because of the size of its magnet. But it's also important to keep that voice coil cool by allowing lots of ventilation. When a speaker fails or when it blows, it's more than likely the coil heated up to the point where it is burned. Now, as a side note, my first install manager told me speakers only blow because of distortion. So keep that in mind if you don't want to blow out speakers. So a few ways to help prevent that is to properly match your speakers with the amp power and use a distortion detector like the SMD, DD1, or any other device to tune your system. One other thing that's recommended is when you're tuning your system and it's in a trunk environment, pop the trunk and listen to see if the woofer is distorting. A lot of times if you're sitting in the front seat, you will not be able to hear that speaker distort, which can cause a lot of problems. And if you distort the speaker too long, it will blow. Okay, now back to the woofers. As mentioned, the paper cone is thick and rigid with double stitching around the foam surround. The basket is made of die-cast aluminum, and there's plenty of ventilation for the voice coil with this basket design. Also, the magnet has the direct vent voice coil cooling design, allowing even more air to pass through. Okay, so let's grab the SPL meter and check these things out. But before that, these woofers can be purchased on our website. Prices start at $199 each. Just click the link in the description below and that'll take you directly to each product page. Remember, we do have financing available. First, add to cart. Second, pick a financing option. And third, get approved and we will send these out to you ASAP. Okay, so this is our test vehicle. This vehicle is owned by Luis. He's one of our sales guys here. He's got the Memphis VIV 1500 in it. And he previously had some other woofers in here, and then these came out and he really wanted to get them, so he actually left the box that he had, which is this box here. And I'm gonna flip this up real quick so you can see what this looks like. And it does have an arrow port on it. I'm gonna leave it down like this, just for demonstration purposes, so we can see if we can get the most out of these woofers. And then for the 12s, what we did is we built a custom box design for the speaker. So I called my man Tony over at Memphis. He gave me the exact specs to work with, the port length and the port size and everything, so it's to the exact specs of what the manufacturer says. So we'll see the difference between the 10s in a prefab box and then the 12s in a custom made enclosure designed specifically for those woofers. Okay, so let's go ahead and test the 10s. So I have the TurnBlast software launched on my computer, and then I have the microphone here up on the top, and then we've got the TurnLab Pro Magnum. Everything's all plugged in. Now if you take a look at the screen here, so this screen right here is gonna let us know the SPL, right about real time. There's a slight delay there. And then this is going to be the max SPL. So we're gonna keep an eye on this as well and see how loud we can go. Okay, so again, these are the 10s, Memphis Mojo Pro. Let's test this out. Okay, 141.6 on the SPL meter. That is really good for 2 10s in a pre-fab box. Really good value with these speakers. So let's go ahead and move on to the 12s. Okay, so 143 on the SPL. That's 2 12s in a custom box. Again, Mojo Pro coming through at this price point. Pretty good. I would say really good. Okay, so let's head back inside and let's go ahead and finish this video. Okay, 141.6 for the 10s and 143 flat for the 12s. Not bad for woofers that start at $199. Now I know there's a lot of big bass woofers out there at this price point, so leave a comment below with what big bass high SPL woofer you want us to test at or around that $200 price point each, and we'll pick the top choices to test on a future video. Okay, so here's what you have to do to enter the contest. Simply subscribe and leave any comment below. The winner will be announced live on YouTube 2 weeks from today. See official rules and restrictions in the description below. Again, I'm Josh from Breakers Car Stereo. Thanks for watching and good luck.